And leave it. Here, leave it. Hey. Leave it. Here. Hello guys, as you guys know, I have moved, and actually you guys don't know because you're not following me on Instagram. If you guys have not been following me on Instagram, you're not aware of it, but yes, I have left California. I'm currently in the Carolinas. I'm going to be moving to Georgia at the beginning of next year. You guys can go to my Instagram to learn more about that. But anyways, I'm here in the Carolinas, and while I'm here in the Charlotte area, I am offering some group training sessions and some private lessons, and that brings us to today's videos, where I am going to be doing a private lesson with a client that have two dogs. They are not getting along. They have a pit bull and a Rottweiler, and the dogs apparently getting into some serious fights. They're having to be separated the whole time, and I'm going to be meeting them for the first time today and see what we can do to help them. So of course I'm bringing you guys along to see what we can do to help them. I'm gonna throw this to you, and then what you're gonna do is clip that to his collar. All right, so what you're gonna do now, just hold on like right there, but don't wrap it in your hand because they're gonna pass the leash to me. You're actually gonna be letting go to me in a little bit, so just hold on to him until I have this in, and then you can let go.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now you can just drop his leash. Okay. It's okay. Yeah, and just let him do his thing. He's gonna be fine. Come. Hey, come. So it's very fear-based, you know. So a lot of times when they are like in that comfort zone, they're gonna show a lot more aggression. And then as soon as I remove him from his comfort zone, yeah, which is good. It gives me it kind of gives me that way in, and then I get the dog comfortable with working with me, and that just makes it easy for me to work closely with the owner and the dog, and then show you, you know, what you really need to be doing. Okay. Come. Yes. Good job. It's okay. I'm just gonna walk with him around a little bit to get him comfortable with me. Good boy. It's okay. Let's go. Sit. Sit. It's okay. Come on. It's okay. Good boy. It's okay. It's okay. Sit. Yes. It's okay. Good boy. All right. He's gonna be good. Good job. Sit. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Yes. Okay, come. So what I want to do right now is make sure that the dogs are comfortable with following directions from the leash. So being able to get their attention with a little bit of leash pressure like this, come, and verbal commands, of course. I know right now he's not as responsive, but there's a lot of distractions, but I can tell that he is responsive enough. Like they're not gonna be challenging us, you know? As soon as he gets more comfortable with me, he's gonna be right there following directions. So both dogs are pretty good with that. So it's a good thing. Come, yes, come. Good boy, here, sit. And he's able to follow directions like this already. Come, sit. Yes, good boy. All right, what we're gonna do right away is start to walk towards the other dog a little bit. So let's go this way, come. Let's go. Okay, so right now what I really want to do is just test to see where they're at when they see each other. Okay. And then it gives me a better idea what we need to do from there. Okay, so I can see, you know, he's concerned when he sees the other dog, just kind of like when he sees a stranger when I first approached him. Right there. Hey. Hey. Leave it. Okay, come. It seems like he's the one that lashes out more. Leave it. And see, one thing too is once we bring that energy down, it's much easier for them to process what's going on. Like, meaning when he first came here, he immediately went like, that's the other dog, and he went into attack mode. But then now that I corrected him, as I get him close, I'm gonna go slowly enough. Oh, see, one thing we have to pay attention, like this is bad. See how that look right there? Because they're basically,
giving stare down.
Yeah, it's very intimidating for each other to look at each other like that. Come, leave it. So the same thing that I'm doing with this guy, you want to try to do with the other dog. So what you want to do is I call this managing the dog, right? So as I get closer to you, this is pretty good. He's like neutral, he's looking around. You know, he's not fixating. That look that your dog gave, that was a bad look. Yeah, so whenever he does that, what you want to do is redirect his attention away from that. So just a little, leave it, come, and make him move around a little bit to kind of reset his brain. And then we're gonna get close and close again together like that. As soon as they get too interested in each other, we gotta redirect their attention away. All right, leave it, leave it, come. Yes, good job. And if they're able to just pass by like this, make a big deal of it, reward them. Good job. Okay, come. Good boy. That's a good boy. Come. Come on, this way. So same thing again, we'll pass by. We give them a good, a good amount of distance right now. Very good, yes. Good job. All right, let's do that one more time. Come, leave it. Good boy. Yes. Very good. Now I can see that probably because he's more fearful in general, like he's a little bit more unsure of strangers and other dogs, and he's more chill.
This is the one that initiated the fight most of the time.
So he's more on the defensive. He's more worried. Yeah, he's not even looking this way. He kind of keeps an eye more on him because he's more afraid. So that makes him more defensive. Like he's gonna be projecting that aggression beforehand, more loud. But he might be a little bit more serious, where he might actually have a problem with this dog because he said he started it. So he might have specific problems where, like, he doesn't like this dog get into his space, or jealousy, whatever it may be. And he already knows he cannot trust him. So he's already more like on, like, anytime he's around, he's like ready to fight. But when someone is approaching you, just the same way as when they're approaching each other, the most important thing is that you're able to snap them out of it. So when you call this look, he's doing pretty good right now, but you can see that he's kind of trying to keep an eye on him. Yeah, so it's a look of concern. So they're concerned about each other. They're like, am I safe here? Because they don't trust each other right now. So redirect and just help, because they're not correcting them for looking. It's very important to understand that. You're not correcting them for looking at each other, but you're redirecting their attention a little bit, because if every time they look at each other for too long, they're just gonna feel more tension building up, and right there, leave it. See that look? Yeah. Because they kind of remember, like, oh, I don't trust you. And then they can only think negative things of each other right now. As we do more exercises together, they're gonna see each other better, in a better way, because they can walk together and do different exercises. But right now it's very important to always redirect that look right there. Yeah. And one thing that you wanna do though, don't put your body in between them. Okay. So instead, always redirect the dog's attention like this. Come. Exactly. So it's important that what we're teaching them is that, okay, he goes here, he looks at this dog, and then he looks away and moves away, But we're kind of teaching him to do that on his own eventually. He can, right there, redirect him, leave it. Yeah. And see, the beauty of what these dogs already have, of the training that they have, we can improve that a little bit more, but with what they have already right now, it's very helpful because they both pay a lot of attention to the leash, especially him. They're a little anxious, it's a new place and everything, but they're both very responsive, and that really helps a lot right now. If he couldn't do this here with the leash, it would be a lot harder to communicate with them. The moment that you apply any pressure, that dog goes with you, and that's really helpful. All right, let's go ahead and walk. Okay, here, let me work with him a little bit too. Leave it, come. So what you want to do is, when you're pulling, pull closer to the collar over here to lift up. Sit right there to reinforce, as far as reinforcing with the pressure, but also to try to get his attention before you even ask him to sit. Do a little bit of something like this. Come, like this. Sit. See, that was with just, but it can be hard sometimes when they're paying attention to a distraction, but try not to do too much touch and too much talking. Just focus on, hey, sit. Right there, because all this here gets the dog's attention, and it makes it easy for them to hear the verbal command that I'm giving them. And then if they don't listen, you reinforce it with the leash pressure like this. Sit. Good job. So the same process, you're gonna hold on close to his collar, give me the other end. Okay, oh, that was really good. Good job. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and walk. We can go all the way around. Right there, he has to, yeah. Shadow has to be redirected a little bit more. So it's interesting. See what I'm noticing now. So he in the beginning was the one more concerned because he's the one that has more fear, so he's defensive. He really doesn't want to fight unless he has to. And right now he thinks he has, see, he has to because that dog is actually the one that, yes, and he's more quiet, but he's more serious about it. So he's more of a real threat. Hey. So this is a good practice too because when they get to this point, we want to try to avoid this, but whenever they do get to this point, that's when you're going to have to be the firmest. It's like redirecting their attention, leave it, and moving them away. Gain control over the dog's mind so that they're following directions again. Come, leave it, and then go back to practicing. Leave it. Okay, we're going to go all the way around here. Leave it. We're going to switch in a little bit because I want to focus on getting him to have more self-control since he's the one that does the attacking. Let me see Shadow again. But we're going to keep them closer together, okay? So bring him over here again. I want to see how close we can get them to each other. So what I want to do here, what I wanted to do is you come here and stay with Kylo here, and I'll keep Shadow. Okay. Leave it. Okay, see if you can get him in a sit. One tip, whenever you're holding onto the leash, hold on very close to the collar. Put him in a sit pretty firmly. Yeah, sit. Okay, and you want to be pretty firm there. I'm going to make sure that Shadow is not stalking him, like looking at him, and you just keep managing him there. Okay. Sit. Good job. Okay, so one thing, even when how he's positioned, make him spin around and make him face more directly that way. Yeah. Because see, this is a defensive behavior. He's trying to be keeping an eye on Shadow right now. Perfect, that's good. Laying down is okay too. Sit. Good. Now Shadow's doing pretty good. Shadow, come. Sit. Okay. Now what I wanted to do is you were gonna practice with Kylo. Okay. So turn him around, do whatever you want, but move him around a little bit and always bring him right back here again. Here. Yes. And I'll just keep Shadow in check. Sit. Sit. Leave it. Sit. Leave it. Sit. Good boy. Hey, sit. You can do it. It's a little bit longer. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. Teaching part is really this, that he can come here, be next to each other, walk away, come back, and it's not a big deal. Okay. So the more you can do that with them, the better. And the key factor is keeping them in check. Okay. See, I'm not letting him fixate on him, and you're not letting him fixate on him. Okay. So you're making it neutral for them to be around each other. Leave it. Good boy. And then also I call this creating a positive environment for them. Once they are relaxed enough, you make it pleasant for them to be around each other. Good boy. Good job. So they have a positive, association with each other. Come on. Yes, you're a good boy, Shadow. Yes, you're a good boy. Okay, come. Very good. And the main thing is gonna be not letting them stare at each other. So again, when they do that, what happens is it builds up tension. It's like they look at each other. Oh, I'm gonna fight, and then the other one feels like, okay, I'm gonna fight back, and it's really hard to break them out of that once they get focused.
Yeah, I think I have to walk with him a lot more often.
Yeah.
So he could be more. He's already responsive, but a little more responsive with me.
Yeah, and we're not just little bit of like looking at each other and then moving away. So we literally turn them where they can see each other like this, and then boom, move away again. Many times of that. Come. Yes, good boy, good job. And really all I see right now is that they have this concern for each other, which is very normal when dogs fight. Again, it could be a lot worse. I think if they were, if they were not fixed still, and they were like in the same house, and they could be a lot more angry towards each other right now. So right now they don't have a lot of anger towards each other. They have more of like this fear that one is gonna attack the other. So they're both kind of on the defensive, Psst, leave it. And he's definitely more dominant. So see that approach right there is like, he wants. Sneak behind you. Yeah, come, leave it. Come on, it's okay. Good job. Shadow, come. So a lot of just exercises like this too. Back and forth, passing by each other. Leave it. Yes, good, like no concern right there.